Today's horoscope, Aries, June 14, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money, and compatibility with other signs. Your spirit is generous today, even with a special focus on your responsibilities. The desire to be the best you can be in your work and at home is also strong. The moon spends all day at the top of your solar chart, and you're more focused than usual on your long-term goals. Still, opportunities to advance your current interests abound. You could connect with someone who shares an interest or with whom you feel comfortable about communicating your pet interests and ideas. Someone can have a strong influence on your self-awareness, and you can, in turn, help others to discover important things about themselves. More trust and faith could develop through your conversations, and your home life or the domestic world can be exceptionally appealing and rewarding. Embrace newfound sacred sexuality. This is because Vesta is making track. Chaos in the heavens beyond. Vesta was named after the ancient Roman goddess of the hearth and the home. She is tied to the sacred inner flame that lives within us from the moment we are born to the moment we move on to the next plane. This is a form of sacred sexuality that we often sacrifice for as well as defend and hold close to our innermost identity. As Vesta ventures into direction motion in Scorpio, this means we will all be more focused on transformation, elimination of what isn't working for us, and how we can transmute sexual shame. You'll get a small measure of independence from supervisors, but at the cost of a stream of interruptions from others who think they can now impose on you. Don't let it get out of hand. You seem to love games that involve mystery. Have you been playing enough board games lately? Generally speaking, there are not enough adults who play board games these days. Human beings are among the most playful creatures on earth. When it comes to working together solve a mystery, we easily combine forces. Indulge your sense of mystery in choosing the books you read, the films you see, even the kinds of conversation you initiate with your friends. Socrates said, "I have decided to be happy because it is good for my health." Today you are quite likely to experience a successful and productive day. Your hard-working attitude toward financial success may just pay off in large dividends today. If this is the case, make sure to take a step back for a moment and plot out an appropriate course of action for yourself. If you go too far to either side on this, you may find that you stumble. Be sure not to rush into anything. While the moon left your sector of adventure, travel, learning and discovery yesterday, bringing the full moon to a close, and today things have taken a busier turn. What might otherwise have been a challenge turns into an opportunity. As the moon makes its monthly visit to your career sector, it is getting pushback from Jupiter and Mercury, who are defending your work and life balance. As you move into an important few days on the income, work and career fronts, but with Mars still in a playful and creative part of your chart, this can make it easier to put the right guardrails in place. While Mercury is still 14 days away from your romantic sector and Mars is leaving in 4 days, the fact that backup is on the way makes all the difference. Knowing that your romantic sector will only be empty for 10 days and then continuously active through to September, Mars is able to add enough fuel to the romantic flame to ensure it doesn't go out. Daily Planetary Overview. Take a moment and ask yourself, do I like who I am becoming? That simple yet profound question sits at the heart of today's energy as the Sun in Gemini squares the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. This celestial alignment acts like a checkpoint on your personal journey, gently but firmly nudging you to reflect on how far you've come and where you're truly heading. You might feel like you're standing at a crossroads, sensing that a shift is needed, but you aren't sure what the next step should be. That's completely normal. Growth doesn't always come with clarity at first. It often comes disguised as discomfort, resistance, or even boredom. But remember this, comfort zones, while familiar, are rarely where we evolve. If everything feels a little too easy or predictable, it might be a sign that you're ready to stretch beyond the version of yourself you've outgrown. It's also a powerful moment to look inward, especially if you're finding yourself frustrated or facing setbacks. Resist the temptation to assign blame to others or external circumstances. That kind of thinking, while easy to fall into, can create rifts in your relationships and distance you from your own power. Instead, try to reframe the situation. What is this moment trying to teach you? Could there be another layer, another perspective, that offers insight instead of irritation? If conversations start to feel tense or emotions run high, give yourself permission to pause. You don't need to win every debate or prove a point right now. Sometimes, silence can be the strongest statement and space can be the most healing gift. People will naturally be drawn to your compassion and sincerity. Your willingness to show up for yourself and others will not go unnoticed. You might even find others joining your efforts, rallying around a shared cause or collective intention. These moments of unity, of mutual support, can be deeply healing and inspiring, especially if you felt isolate. Lately. That said, it's just as important to know when to retreat. Don't push yourself into situations that feel draining or overwhelming. Today's energy asks you to honor your boundaries. Find your sanctuary, whether it's a cozy corner in your home, a quiet walk in nature, or even just a few minutes with a book and a cup of tea. Sometimes the greatest wisdom comes in stillness. And while you're giving yourself space, allow yourself to dream. You may have your eye on something in experience, an item, a goal that feels just out of reach. Perhaps it's a little indulgent, or maybe even a big risk. Ask yourself, is this desire fleeting, or does it reflect something deeper? Often, the longing for something isn't just about the object itself, but what it represents: a lifestyle, a sense of self-worth, a new chapter. If that desire is grounded in authenticity, trust that you're capable of making it happen. You don't have to have all the answers today, but you can begin taking small, meaningful steps. If money is involved, now may be a good time to spend, as long as you're being thoughtful about how and why. Treat yourself, but don't pour it all into one big purchase. Think of your resources as seeds. With the right investment, they'll grow in ways that serve your long-term well-being. Also, listen to those around you. People are being especially honest and insightful right now. Whether you're making personal decisions or big financial moves, there is wisdom available to you sometime. In the form of a friend's offhand comment or an unexpected piece of advice. Stay open. You might just hear exactly what you needed. So as you move through this day, let it be both a mirror and a compass. Reflect on who you are and who you want to become. Celebrate the ways you've already grown, and take even the smallest action toward what comes next. You don't need to transform everything all at once. Progress is still progress, even when it's quiet and slow. I'd love to hear how this energy is resonating with you. Have you recently felt called to grow in a new direction? Or maybe you've been wrestling with a decision that feels tied to your identity or purpose. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might just spark inspiration for someone else on a similar journey. Today, you're not just going through the motions. You're growing, becoming, evolving, and that is a beautiful thing.